Hey guys, welcome to Anime Ball Z, and today we're going to be doing the fourth part of What If Goku and Vegeta Were Brothers. This is the most popular series on my channel, so I thought I just continue it to the Android saga, so this is what we're going to be doing in this video. Let's get into the video. Goku and Vegeta are much stronger than the canon version of themselves and all the Z Fighters as well. We won't be using power levels in this series anymore because power levels from now just get scruffy and doesn't really make any sense. So we're going to be doing no power levels from now on. Goku and Vegeta and all the Z Fighters notice an attack in Sasebo and they don't know what's going on because the people that are killing the people in the city, they can't read their key. Yamcha gets very injured and Android 19 severely injures him by sending his hand through his stomach, and Vegeta dives down and kicks Android 20 off Yamcha. Goku then goes in and slams Android 19 into the ground and calls for everyone to evacuate the scene, as they both have Android 20 and Android 19 pinned down to the ground. Vegeta then says that they can't fight here because there's too many innocent people instead of Goku saying it, because Vegeta is much nicer in this series, and they both go to a battle playing field. Goku is the weakest of them both, so Goku goes in first to fight Android 19, and he is dominating him. Android 19 goes for a right punch, and then Goku dodges and punches him in the face, and he goes flying back, and then Goku launches a Kamehameha wave, but then it just disappears, and Android 19 looks stronger as they are continuing to fight. Nobody knows what's going on. Then Goku seems to be losing energy as he's getting into the fight, and then they are fighting as equals. Vegeta has no clue what's going on, and nobody does at this point. Then it looks like Goku is actually starting to lose the fight, and Vegeta butts in and takes Goku away. And then as soon as Goku hits the ground, he just acts like nothing's going on. Vegeta starts to fight Android 19 and he turns around and sees that Goku is starting to lose ki fast, and everyone looks at him, and then Goku drops down to the ground and starts clenching his heart. Yamcha has already taken a senzu bean, so now he's fine, so he takes Goku home since that he is infected with the heart virus. Vegeta is completely dominating Android 19, but not as much as he thought he would, since he's taken much of Goku's energy. Android 19 then goes in for an energy wave, but then Vegeta easily dodges and comes up from behind him and completely breaks off his arm, so he can't take energy from Vegeta anymore. Android 19 is trying to hit Vegeta with several different kicking attacks like spin kicks and much more. Vegeta is just dodging all these attacks, and he jumps back and then he runs in and punches him through his chest. Android 20 is watching this and he is extremely frustrated since he worked so hard to try and kill these people and he hasn't succeeded yet. Vegeta then destroys Android 19 and breaks him completely, so he stops working. Android 20 quickly leaves the scene because he can't afford losing to them again. Vegeta then flies up and looks around for Android 20, and then he sees that he is right there. He quickly finds him and dives down onto him and gives him a beating. Vegeta then pulls his arm back and then tries to go for a strong punch, but then Android 20 leaves and goes back to his laboratory. Vegeta is surprised that he managed to leave and is frustrated with himself and flies up and tells everyone to leave and falls out of his Super Saiyan form. Dr. Gero then activates Android 17 and 18. Then Android 17 and 18 activate Android 16, and Android 20 gets mad because he hasn't finished with him yet. But then Android 17 and 18 see a remote that could deactivate them if they are not listening to him, and then they kill him and destroy the remote. Then they leave with Android 16 and go to an island in the sea. Vegeta is with Goku, and then he steps out and sees two people flying somewhere with another big person, and then they see that those are the androids, and Vegeta instantly flies because he has to test them. Then he easily catches up with him with his Super Saiyan power and lands on the island, and the Z Fighters follow him because they don't know what he's doing. Android 16 and 17 just look at him, and Android 17 says to Android 16, "Go on, test him." But Android 16 says, "I am programmed to kill Goku, and that is all I will do for now." Android 17 says to Android 18, "Go on, you're the weakest, let's see how weak this Saiyan is." Vegeta then says, "I am not weak, I am the king of all Saiyans," as he powers up to the maximum power he can possibly get to and flies straight to Android 18 and punches her in the face. Vegeta is weaker than Android 18, but not by as much as he was in the series, and he is going toe to toe with her. Android 18 does the same thing that she does in the series and breaks Vegeta's left arm. Vegeta is screaming in pain on the ground, but then he's not going to go down so easily and flies back up to Android 18 and punches her into the sky and launches a big bang attack. This is quickly followed by a final Kamehameha wave, and it flies straight to Android 18 and she holds it with her hands and just disintegrates it. She is still stronger than Vegeta, but not by as much as she was in the series. Vegeta then goes in for another punch, but Android 18 dodges this and just pushes him down to the ground, and he lands in the island, creating a crater. Vegeta then says, "I have not released my full power yet." He actually hasn't released his full power, and Android 18 is just bluffing because he thinks that he's lying. In his spare time, Vegeta has been trying to master the art of the Uzaru, and he can turn into the wrathful state. Vegeta then thinks, "What I'm about to do to my body is lethal. I could only spend at least 25 seconds maximum. If I spend over this, I will surely die." Vegeta then shouts as his yellow aura flames around his body. Android 18 does not know what's going on, and he reads his power, and it's just so much. Vegeta's eyes turn yellow, and his muscles enlarge, and his aura enlarges as well as his body. Vegeta then flies straight to Android 18, and right now all they can see is his aura, and he has a gold-like thing around him so they can't actually see his body. And Android 18 gets completely dominated by Vegeta. Vegeta is now completely just destroying Android 18, and she is losing her components and she is dying. But 25 seconds has passed and Vegeta drops out of the form and Android 18 smiles. Android 18 dives back down to the ground and slams Vegeta into the ground once again and starts to completely punch and kick him. Vegeta then flies out of the way and powers up to his max form and then goes back to Android 18 and starts to fight, but he is losing much stamina and he's much less powerful than Android 18 now. Everyone's telling Vegeta, "We have to leave now, they're too strong." Vegeta then abides by their rules and they fly away, but then Android 17 says, "You're not going away so easily," and then he sends an energy wave back to them. Vegeta then turns back into a Super Saiyan and turns around and launches a final Kamehameha wave and destroys the blast. Piccolo then fuses with Kami and he decides that he will be the main body since that he is still young, kind of, and strong. Unlike the main series, at this point of time, Piccolo became the strongest fighter of all Z fighters, but Vegeta is actually still stronger. That just shows how much Vegeta is stronger in this series than in the main timeline. Piccolo then confronts Imperfect Cell because the city of Gingertown's 15,000 population has completely vanished to Imperfect Cell. Imperfect Cell then explains that he's absorbed the biomatter of all the humans to keep himself stronger, and Piccolo does not accept this. Piccolo then takes off his weights and powers up to the maximum power he can possibly get to and goes to Imperfect Cell and punches it. After the fight carries on to go, he realises that he is much stronger than Imperfect Cell. Imperfect Cell is annoyed that this is happening and tries to attack back, but nothing is really happening since he is weaker. Big gushes of wind are being emerged from Piccolo and Imperfect Cell as they are attacking each other, and everyone notices this, and Android 16 notices this on his radar and says that Piccolo is a little bit stronger than Android 17. Piccolo is stronger in the series because he has trained with people like Vegeta and Goku who are stronger than their main counterpart people. Vegeta then arrives and he kicks him into the face as a surprise attack, and Imperfect Cell goes flying into a building. Tien then shortly arrives and tells Vegeta about the whole situation with Cell to Vegeta. Then future Trunks and Krillin arrive. This is a Cell from a different timeline, so they do go to Dr. Gero's laboratory to kill the present Cell to stop him from emerging. Thanks for watching, and that will conclude the fourth part of What If Goku and Vegeta Were Brothers. I know I cut it off in the middle of the Imperfect Cell saga, but I need to finish this and I am busy, so this is going to be shorter than the usual parts that I do on this channel because it isn't on the weekend, so I have to do other stuff. But subscribe and like, and see you in the next video.